What's going on, YouTube? Today we have my favorite DFS players for both DraftKings and FanDuel for Tuesday, April 17th, 2018. So let's keep going with this week's drawing. We got some really good players today and tonight, and I think I've got some really good players to share with you guys. So make sure you stay tuned and see all the different players I got. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button because I make lineup videos all the time. So without further ado, we're gonna get straight into it. So at pitcher, got my boy Corey Kluber. I know he's a bit more expensive, but it's worth it just because, he's his matchup. He's going against the 28th best hitting team in the MLB. Kluber's a great pitcher, so I think he's going to have a really great game. He's done pretty well, 73, 37, 46. I think he can do 50 plus in this game personally, if he pitches well, which he should. He's a good pitcher, just because he's playing against not a good hitting team at all. And so I really like Corey Kluber in this matchup. Yes, he's more expensive, but this guy, I think if you don't have him on your slate, you're going to be missing out on a ton of points. So you don't want to miss out on Corey Kluber tonight. Really like that play. At first base, we have – let it load. Okay. At first base, we have Jose Abreu. Another great matchup against pitcher, 29th best pitching staff in the MLB. So Jose Abreu's got a really good matchup, batting third, so definitely a good spot for some RBIs. Does bat a little bit better than righties, not a ton, but hey, anything helps. As well as what I liked about Jose is his cost per fantasy point is pretty low. I'd say anything under about 300 is pretty solid. He's rated 10.8 points at only $3,400. So yeah, I really like this play. Like I said, Draft Dashboard ranked him as 100. And, the past couple games, he's been pretty solid. 19, 9, 32. And yeah, so 3 out of the past 5 games, he's done really well. 1 he did really bad and 1 he did all right. So, more times than not, Jose Abreu is going to do good. And I think in this matchup, Jose Abreu is going to do good again. And I think he can definitely get you, 15 plus points, which is great for his price. So I really do like Jose Abreu in this. All right, and before we get into second base, I know I'm going to get the question. I know I'm going to get emails and stuff. What is the software I'm using? It is called Draft Dashboard, and it is my favorite DFS tool. You can up here, you can see you can choose NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and it basically lists out the top players of the day, and their ranking, and they take in all these different factors to rank. But I found that the rankings are really good, and I win a lot when I use the players that are ranked best. So, the software has been great. And if you actually want to start winning some money on DFS, there's no better way than to get started with Draft Dashboard. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can actually try it out for 7 days for $1. That's how I started. Oh, dropped my mic. So for seven days for $1, that's how I started, using Draft Dashboard. I did the 7-day trial, and I realized how much I loved it, and I made a good amount of money in those 7 days. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to keep going with it. So I do love this program. Like I said before, 7 days for $1. Can't beat that. Go ahead and win you some money, get some good lineups going. So at second base, we have Jed Lowry. Pretty good matchup against the pitcher. 22nd best pitcher in the MLB right now. So Jed Lowry's got a good matchup there. It's a home game. So that's always good. Batting third, definitely a good spot for some RBIs. And he's been very, very good recently. 4 out of the past 5 games, he's done super well. 16.5, 25.2, 19, 38. So very good for Jed Lowry right there. His fantasy cost per fantasy point is a little bit up, but that's just because his price has been increasing as he's doing better. So I do expect him to get around, I'd say, around 15 points in this game, just because he's got a pretty good matchup, and he's just been doing good. He's got a hot bat right now. And, as long as we hope that doesn't change, and it doesn't change, we should be good with Jed Lowry. At third base, we have Travis Shaw batting fourth. So cleanup, definitely a good spot for some RBIs. Does bat a little bit better against lefties, not by a ton though. Got a really good cost per fantasy point at only $279. And he is projected 11.4 points, and he only costs $3,300. As you can see, another great matchup here against 29th best pitcher in the MLB. Draft Dashboard did go ahead and rank in A100. Definitely something to be noted. So, he's batting pretty well this season, 273 average. So, Travis Shaw, he's not going to break the bank, but I think he's, one of the best plays at third base, especially points-wise. He's going to get you a lot of points. So I do like Travis Shaw a lot in this matchup. At shortstop, we have Corey Seager. Another good play here. He's projected a lot of points, 11.8, and he only costs 3,600. Like as you can see here, Carlos Correa costs 4,700, and he's projected less points than Corey Seager. So that's definitely something to note. Draft Dashboard is projecting and gets a lot of points. Batting second, he's going to get a lot of at-bats. He's done pretty solid, 12.4, 9.2, 18.7, and then 6.5 is not too great, but it's also not the worst thing in the world. So that's nice. And he's also got a great matchup against the 30th best pitcher in the MLB. And, Draft Dashboard did rank him pretty high. And Seager's average this season so far has been almost 300. So he's getting on base getting a hit about one every 3 times. His on-base percentage is 375. So if he goes up to bat, it looks like he's going about 4 times per game. You're looking at possibly getting on base, 2 times or more per game, which is going to get you a good amount of points. So I do like Corey Seager a lot in this matchup. All right. In outfield, we have my boy Chris Davis. Another great play here. He's projected 12.4 points. Does cost a little bit more, but I think it's well worth it, especially in this matchup. He's ranked a 99 by Draft Dashboard. Going against the 22nd best pitcher in the MLB. It's a home game, batting cleanup, and, he's done pretty solid, 12.5, 22, 41, 34. So 4 of the past 5 games, he's done super, super well. I think he goes ahead and gets, I don't know exactly how much you get, but there's definitely potential for some 20 plus point potential here for Chris Davis. And then also as my utility, he's another outfielder, Yasiel Puig. Really, really like this play. He only costs 3,200, and he's projected 11.6 points. Very good value right there. And he's batting 6, so not the greatest spot, but it could be worse, I guess. 3 out of the past 5 games, he's done pretty well. 13, 15, 12. I think you can get another 12 to 15 out of him, and at this price point, that's a really good deal. Going against the 30th best pitcher in the MLB, and Draft Dashboard did rank him as a 100. And we all know Puig as the guy that has power to be able to hit it out of the park pretty easily. So, also got that chance for a ton of points. So those are my favorite plays of the day. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more lineups. And if you do want to try a Draft Dashboard and start, making lineups for yourself and stuff, do sign up in the link below for 7 days for $1. As well as when you do that, you will be able to see all of my watch players for the day, because that is my special link they gave me. So when you click on watch players, you can click watch Andrew Mann's picks, and it'll show all my players I'm watching for the day. So you don't really have to, sift through these hundreds of players. You can just sift through all of my watch players, and I do update this throughout the day. So if you are interested in that, link in description. I will see you guys with another lineup video tomorrow.